Do you ever notice how some guys naturally take the lead while others quietly watch the chaos unfold? Or how some seem to soak up attention but others are perfectly happy living in their own little world? We have all seen it, and surprise, it is not just random personality quirks. There's actually a method to the madness. Turns out, there are 6 types of men, each with their own set of traits that make them either the life of the party or the guy standing by the punch bowl pretending to text. From the smooth-talking leader to the silent but deep thinker, these types shape how men tackle life, relationships, and whether or not they will actually ask for directions. Let's get to these 6 archetypes and find out which one is staring back at you in the mirror. Number 1, the alpha male. The alpha male is the guy everyone pictures when they think of a leader. Confident? Check. Charismatic? Double check. Assertive? Oh yeah. This guy walks into a room and everyone just knows he's in charge, whether they like it or not. Alphas are the ones calling the shots, be it at work, with friends, or even in the family group chat. You know, the one everyone is silently muted. They live for competition and thrive under pressure, like they are secretly getting paid in stress. They can make decisions faster than the rest of us can scroll through the takeout menu. Alphas are the type who will order for you at a restaurant because obviously they know what you want better than you do. Their confidence is infectious, and people naturally follow their lead like they have got some kind of magnet in their wallet. But being on top all the time is exhausting. If they aren't winning, they are stressing. If they aren't in control, they are spiraling. And yeah, that whole I am always right vibe can come off a little, well, pushy, like chill Chad. Not everything is a power move. So, while people admire their leadership, confidence, and decisiveness, sometimes they also keep a little distance. You can only handle so much alpha energy before you need a nap. Second, beta male. He is the quiet hero who makes sure the ship doesn't sink while the alpha is steering like a maniac. Betas are the good guys, the ones who will help you move, listen to your problems, and never forget your birthday. They are reliable, steady, and the human equivalent of a warm blanket. Betas aren't interested in being the center of attention. They will happily let someone else lead while they do the actual work behind the scenes. They are an absolute team player. They are the ones who make sure everyone's voice is heard and will settle any drama faster than you can say, group text war. They thrive in harmony, and confrontation is basically their kryptonite. They would rather lose an argument than start a fight. And yes, sometimes that means they don't stand up for themselves when they should. When it comes to relationships, betas are gold. They are emotionally available. Finally, someone who listens, empathetic, and will go out of their way to make sure you are happy. But sometimes they are too nice. They can get stuck in people-pleaser mode, and before they know it, they have forgotten to look out for themselves. This can lead to them feeling unappreciated or worse, taken for granted. But you know what? No one ever regrets having a beta around, because when it really matters, they are the ones who show up. Next up, gamma male. He is the guy who is probably out chasing the sunset while everyone else is chasing deadlines. While alphas are flexing in front of the mirror and betas are busy making sure everyone is okay, the gamma is out there, lost in his own world, dreaming big. He is the adventurer, the thinker, the guy who has got one eye on the horizon and the other on his next big idea. Be it learning a new skill, exploring a distant country, or writing a novel nobody asked for, the gamma is always on some kind of personal quest. What makes him stand out is his curiosity. Gammas question everything. Why do we do things this way? Who made these rules? Couldn't we just not? They are the ones who challenge the system, but not in a burn-it-all-down way. Well, most of the time. Instead, they would rather reshape it with their own hands and create a life built on experiences rather than possessions. While they are empathetic and deep, they can also seem a bit unavailable, not in the won't text back way, but more in the lost in thought about the meaning of life kind of way. You will find yourself talking to them, and suddenly they are miles away, mentally planning their next trip to a monastery in Nepal. Gammas are full of passion and intensity in relationships, but they come with a side of unpredictability. One day, they are all in, and the next, they are chasing the next adventure, leaving you wondering if you are dating a person or a whirlwind. It is exciting, but it is also a wild ride. The fourth type is called delta male. Now, the delta male is a different breed entirely. While the gammas are off searching for the meaning of life, the delta is quietly, efficiently making sure everything around them works like clockwork. He is the guy who doesn't need the spotlight because he is too busy holding everything together. These are the men who thrive on routine and get genuine satisfaction from just getting the job done. No drama, no applause needed. Deltas are all about stability. They are not out there chasing thrills or power. They are the steady hand in the storm. perform. At work, they are the ones who keep things moving while everyone else freaks out about deadlines. They are not after promotions or the corner office. They just want to make sure everything goes smoothly. And let's face it, without them, everything would probably fall apart. But a lot of deltas weren't always like this. Many were once alphas or betas who got burned out or faced a major setback and decided, you know what, I am done with the spotlight. I just want to do my thing. It is this resilience that sets them apart. They sure seem quiet, but beneath the surface, they are tough as nails. In relationships, deltas are the calm, dependable type, but don't mistake them for boring. They are the kind of partner who brings quiet consistency, the one who shows up every day, who will help you through the ups and downs without making a fuss. You won't get grand romantic gestures, but you will get someone who is there for the long haul, someone who will make you feel secure and supported. They are the foundation, the bedrock of any solid relationship, the partner who sticks around when the thrill seekers have moved on. At number 5, we have the Omega male. The Omega male is that guy who couldn't care less about what anyone else thinks. He is out there doing his own thing, completely unbothered. Omegas march to the beat of their own entire orchestra, one that no one else can hear. They are independent, self-reliant, and really not that interested in climbing the social ladder or being part of any group. Omegas are extremely involved in their own unique hobbies and interests, which can range from collecting rare comic books to building miniatures to mastering some obscure language no one has ever heard of. They don't need anyone else's approval. They are perfectly content doing their thing in their own little world. It is like they are in a constant state of, you do you, I will do me, but with less pep and more, leave me alone. This independence is their superpower, but it can also make them feel isolated, especially when no one else shares their particular obsessions, like when they try to explain the joy of assembling a 1,000-piece puzzle of a medieval map to someone who's just not feeling it. Because Omegas don't care about fitting into any social hierarchy, they usually get labeled as outsiders or even nerds. They are the type who will show up to a party wearing a shirt with a joke so obscure only they laugh at it. But make no mistake, they take great pride in their quirks and knowledge. They will not be at the center of every social event, but when they care about something or someone, they are incredibly loyal and passionate. Omegas can be introspective and thoughtful when it comes to relationships, but don't expect them to jump through the usual hoops. They are not about the hefty romantic gestures or following traditional roles. What they really want is someone who respects their space and doesn't try to change them. If you are into quiet nights spent indulging in niche hobbies, Omega is your guy. Just don't expect him to suddenly transform into a social butterfly. That is not happening. And the last type is the Sigma male. Sigma male is the mysterious lone wolf who is kind of like the alpha, but without all the noise. Sigmas are natural leaders, but they are not interested in running the whole show. They're the type who sit in the corner of the room and don't say much, but when they finally speak, everyone listens. While alphas thrive on attention, Sigmas are more like, I will do my own thing, thanks. They are fiercely independent and aren't here to follow anyone's rules. Honestly, half the time, they probably don't even know what the rules are. One of the coolest things about a Sigma is his adaptability. While he's not actively trying to fit in, he can if he feels like it. Sigmas can navigate social situations smoothly, but they don't need the validation that comes with being the life of the party. They can be charismatic, sure, but only when they want to be. Most of the time, they are perfectly happy staying in the shadows, watching everything unfold like they are the only ones in on some cosmic joke. Sigmas are mostly entrepreneurs, creatives, or anyone who values their freedom above all else. These are the guys who are driven not by society's rules, but by their own ambitions. They don't care if people don't get them. They are too busy doing their own thing. Sure, that makes them a little hard to read, and sometimes they come off as aloof or detached, but that is just the price of being a free spirit who doesn't need to fit in. Sigmas are selective in relationships. They are not going to let just anyone into their inner circle because, honestly, most people don't make the cut. They don't do small talk or surface-level connections. If you are going to be in a Sigma's life, you better be ready for some deep, meaningful conversations and maybe a few months of wondering if they even like you. But once you have earned their trust, you have got a partner who is loyal, committed, and probably planning a way to escape to some off-the-grid cabin for a while. Don't worry, they will bring you along, maybe. When it comes to different types of men, knowing where you fit can make life a whole lot easier. Each type has its own strengths and quirks, and once you understand which one you are, managing friendships, work, and relationships gets way less confusing. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe to be the first to know when a new video is up. As always, I'll catch you in the next one.